Well, hello, everybody. This is Pastor Jay, and I'm coming to you from the vicarage. And it is a lovely spring day here, early spring. It's kind of cold, but the sun is out, partly sunny at least, and we've got some blue sky, so that's all good. We've got some interesting things going on here at the vicarage. You may be able to hear in the background the birds chirping right now. We've had lots and lots of squirrels and rabbits running around the yard in the last couple of days. And my sister was out walking Daisy, our little Romanian street dog, the other day, and we have a porcupine. I was kind of wondering about that because I came out the other day to feed the birds, and our suet feeder had been ripped off of the post and carried across the yard, and the suet had been eaten out of it, so it took something a little bigger than a squirrel to do that. But apparently we have a porcupine on the premises somewhere around us, and he is doing his job. I came out this morning. I had filled the bird feeders yesterday, and last night they were still full, and today the main bird feeder right outside the gardens is completely empty, and so it got emptied overnight by something, and I imagine that's probably the porcupine. But it's what you get for living in the country. I wanted to talk this morning just in brief about our Jesus 45 prayer meetings on Tuesday and Thursday. They've been powerful times of prayer. And this morning we had a time of extended prayer for people who have lost their faith. The Bible has this story about the prodigal son. And Jesus tells the story about the prodigal son and how this son had left his family and left all that he had known to go off and waste his resource on wine, women, and song. And he wandered in the world away from his family, estranged from his father, until at last he had nothing left, and he decided to go back to his father, and he was restored to his family. And that story resonates with many Christians because we have family members who, many of them children, some of them brothers and sisters, some of them husbands and wives, who, having begun in the faith, have decided to walk away from it. And today we began to pray for these people who have not just struggled in their faith, but have wholesale lost their faith. And there was a collective word among us that God is about to restore faith in himself among a people who have, for whatever reason, lost that faith. He's about to show himself God. You know, I think that part of the loss has come because people have not seen the love of God, they've seen the judgment of God. And I'm not going to stand here and say that God isn't the judge of all the earth who shall do right. That would be a denial of Scripture. God will judge sin and wickedness. But he does not delight in the death of people who are struggling with wickedness. We all struggle with that. He desires to see restoration. And God is not primarily known as a God of judgment, but as a God of love. And the church, I think, at moments has done a very bad job of showing that love. We've shown more of God's judgment. And again, it's not that judgment is not a thing that God will do, but that's God's job. It's not ours. Our job is to show the love of Jesus Christ. And so at Cornerstone, we are coming to this understanding of how we have to show that love. Above all else, they must know, especially those who have lost their faith, for whatever reason, they must know we are Christians by our love. That doesn't have anything to do with codependence. That doesn't have anything to do with enabling. That's not love. But it does have everything to do with us being willing to continue on with people who are just trying to figure it out. And I think that there's going to be a time where those who have lost their faith are going to be confronted with some truths. Truths that, or situations that are going to cause them to need to work some things out with their faith. And that working out will bring about their restoration. So that's the word I have for today, and I hope that that encourages you. If you've got somebody in your life who has lost their faith, I hope that that word brings you peace. Until we meet again, God bless you and be at peace.